In the United Kingdom, there are an estimated 650,000 to 800,000 Jamaicans, and I quite frankly believe that that number is extremely conservative because we're talking about Jamaicans who would have left in the 1950s. They're referred in the UK as the Windrush generation, and those people used to have 12, 15, some 20 children, right? So I think 800,000 is very conservative. And we have not taken account of Central America. There are Jamaicans who went to build the Panama Canal. We haven't taken account of Costa Rica. There are Jamaicans that went there to build the railway. As a matter of fact, the charge affair of Costa Rica to Jamaica was recently ended their tour of duty. Is actually a second generation Jamaican born in Costa Rica, right? And they speak Spanish, but they speak patois Jamaican, right? So when you hear them speak, you know it is Jamaican except the fact that they are speaking Spanish. We haven't talked about Colombia, San Andres. We haven't talked about Nicaragua. We haven't spoken about the Caribbean, Brazil as well. So there's a whole range of Jamaicans, and one of the things that this mapping exercise is actually seeking to do is to identify as best as we can our Jamaican people wherever they are. Now let me just make the point further that when you speak about the maturing of diaspora engagement and relations, the countries that have been able to make their diaspora engagement transformative are those who are able to identify where their people are located and to mobilize those people in very specific ways. So if we talk about the Israelis, if we talk about the Indians, if we talk about the Irish, if we talk about the Chinese, talk about the Koreans, all of them without fail are able to identify almost at the press of a button where their members are and how they can engage those persons. Now I want to further make the point that this mapping exercise is not the initiative per se of the government of Jamaica. This mapping project was proposed by members of the diaspora in 2004 when we had the first diaspora biennial conference. It is now 2014, 10 years since that time, but they say it is better late than never. And the reality is that we are here now launching this very important exercise, and we are doing so in collaboration with the International Organization for Migration, which I must indicate that Jamaica has been a flagship for this organization in relation to migration matters. In terms of the development of an international migration and development policy, Jamaica has been leading the charge in relation to that. In relation to the diaspora and development policy, Jamaica is leading the charge, and it is through their facilitation that Jamaica participated in the St. Lucia movement. And anybody in the Caribbean that you hear talking anything about diaspora is Jamaica they are looking to in terms of the leadership of that movement and the structure of it. So let's get it clear. In Birmingham, when I went to the the diaspora conference that was held there in June, we had reps from the Trinidad High Commission who came to observe what Jamaica was doing in terms of diaspora relationship. And I just want to say to us that we need to ensure that we lock in as best as we can and maximize as best as we can the structures and the initiative that we are leading here, so that we can recognize and realize the transformation that it can create, and not be bystanders and wonder how is it that other persons have come, looked and gone past us. So I just want to put that out there and to encourage the participants of this launch here this afternoon to ensure that this mapping exercise is a resounding success. I have launched this project in Kingston the 10th of June, in London, in Birmingham, in also in June. I was in Toronto in July. I'm here now, and we were in Connecticut yesterday interacting with members of the diaspora in relation to it. And the reason we are doing this is because we hope to have as many as 100,000 persons signing on to the website by now, and Diaspora Conference, which is due in June of next year, between the 14th and the 18th of June. And based on the numbers that I have indicated to you in terms of the location where the members of the diaspora are, that is a real modest target. And in fact, that is really a floor, because the project will continue post June 2015, but we want to be able to have a groundswell, if you may, by the time we get around to the conference. So each person who is here, apart from signing on to the survey itself, and I'm going to tell you, the video actually is going to take you through the survey. I hope it is in good working order. We queued it up, but we'll soon get to that. And it will explain to you what is expected. But there are really two online surveys, one for individuals, the other for organizations. So Team Jamaica BICL, Jamaica Progressive League, the West Indian Social Club, Helping Hands, or medical, whatever. The Alumni Association, I see Carlene present. So there's a network, and Carlene is the president of that organization. I expect that every alumni association will sign up on this mapping exercise, and that all their members too will sign up individually. And I see Claudette here as well, who is in charge of the nurses. So all the nurses in Jamaica, we want to see them sign up on here. All the doctors, we want to see them sign up. And this is what Korea has done. So whenever there is a major engineering project in Korea, the first place they go is on their website to find out where all of their engineers are located. And they begin to recruit their local engineers to do the major projects that are taking place. Right? The Indians, they do the same thing. And I'm not leaving out the clergy. I see a member of the clergy who is here. Last evening I was at a Church of God tent crusade. I thought those things only happened in Kingston and in Jamaica. But I'm just kidding. Right? But I had the privilege of going to a tent in Connecticut, and we were able to speak with members of the faith-based communities there. And I'll give you an example. In Canada, the head of a certain denomination in terms of the Ontario umbrella organization is a Jamaican, and there are 31,000 members in that area. And based on my understanding, about 60% of them are Jamaicans. So that if we work through the networks that we have, we can populate the project, can populate the mapping exercise, and then we will be able to share intelligence and share information, because in addition to the mapping exercise itself, JAMPRO has actually created a Global Connect portal, and that portal is to be uploaded with the various opportunities that are available in terms of investment where Jamaica is concerned. And when I travel, one of the criticisms that you hear, or the things people talk about, is how the country is being sold out. right? Or everything is being sell off. Well, I'm telling you, take out your checkbook and start to buy, which is what I'm telling them. Because it is available for you to buy, not just anybody else coming in. And this is one of the things that we're hoping that this mapping project will do. And I'm serious when I say that. The reality of the situation is this, is that we exist in a context where the philosophy is that the state doesn't own private enterprise. We have shifted away from where the state was the main owners of the economic landscape to where it goes into private hands. And if it is that Jamaicans are not taking advantage of the opportunities that are available, then we're going to find that other persons are going to take advantage of them. Fortunately, there are many opportunities available in Jamaica, and therefore this mapping project is to bring the information to the persons who are interested, but also to bring the persons who are interested closer to the country through the use of technology. And I believe that if we embrace this approach very frontally, then the opportunities are indeed boundless. So I just want to encourage as many of you to do that as is possible, and to encourage your friends so to do. Now, as I indicated, that we hope to have the, if you want to call it a handing over, because the website is developed in conjunction with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade and the International Organization for Migration, and it is developed on their platform, but it will be handed over to the government of Jamaica, and in fact will rest in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. So when we get to the conference in 2015, which is to be held between the 14th to the 18th of June, we hope that many of you who are here will be present, and that if you are present, that you will also encourage your friends and relatives to come and participate in the conference. And I'll take this opportunity to tell you a few things about the conference, which is the 6th biennial conference that is established. That the theme is Jamaica and the diaspora linking for growth and prosperity. And essentially we are continuing the emphasis that we led in 2013, where the focus is really on investment and trade, in addition to the areas of education, the areas of healthcare, and other social areas that the diaspora is very active in and continues to contribute. So we're looking at linking the diaspora with Jamaica's economic growth priorities, harmonizing diaspora skills, expertise, and investment with the business and social development. And the Prime Minister is going to, as usual, participate in the opening ceremony, where she will speak about the state of the nation. There will be the Governor General's Diaspora Awards, which will recognize the stellar achievements of outstanding contributions of diaspora members in a variety of areas, such as business, philanthropy, politics, diplomacy, science, technology, medicine, the culinary arts, fashion, music, sports, and these activities are where they have contributed in Jamaica as well as in their respective countries. So you may know persons who you want to recommend. You can do that through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. We will return with the marketplace. That was a new feature in 2013. This is where we had the persons who were engaged in business activities. We also had the government agencies. There was a one-stop shop facility where all the government agencies that impact members of the diaspora were present and accounted for, and persons could get several things done essentially on the spot because all the agencies were there, and persons did in fact use that opportunity. So that will be returned, and it will be expanded because one of the things we are seeking to do is to partner with the Jamaica Exporters Association, Jamaica Manufacturing Association, the Jamaica Agriculture Society, Agro Invest Corporation, and the Jamaica Stock Exchange to build out the marketplace, and of course, if there are members in the diaspora offering services who want to be part of that marketplace, they too are welcome. They We will also add the feature marketplace live, and that will allow for entertainment, culture, culinary delights, as well as persons who want to do business networking. Last year we had a business matchmaking segment, and that went fairly well. There were over 240 business to business meetings, and out of that, a number of interest had been identified, and we anticipate that come next year that we'll be able to speak to the initiatives that have arisen from that process.